India has become the latest nation to reject cryptocurrencies despite a thriving domestic market in the trading of assets like Bitcoin and Ether. The government says the movement of blockchain assets is too hard to track, making them prone to use for illegal purposes. Instead, New Delhi is pushing for the adoption of an official digital currency, which would make transactions easier in an economy where most people still rely on cold, hard cash. Paolo Montecillo has more.
India's cryptocurrency investors waited for months as the government drew up regulations for the sector. What they got was the worst-case scenario. Prime Minister Narendra Modi's administration is proposing a ban on most cryptocurrencies. It's concerned that tax evaders and other criminals will use assets like Bitcoin to hide their activities from authorities.
Take cryptocurrency or Bitcoin, for example. It is important that all democratic nations work together on this and ensure it does not end up in wrong hands, which can spoil our youth.
It's similar to rules introduced in September by China, which made all cryptocurrency transactions illegal. And like Beijing, New Delhi is offering an alternative. The bill to be taken up by lawmakers includes guidelines on the use of an official digital currency backed by the central bank.
We are at a historic moment of choice. Whether all the wonderful powers of technology of our age will be instruments of cooperation or conflict.
As the world's two most populous countries shun the sector, El Salvador is emerging as its biggest backer. The Central American nation is the only place where Bitcoin is legal tender. And the government wants to take it a step further with plans to establish what it calls a Bitcoin city. It'll be funded with cryptocurrency-denominated bonds, and its main industry will be mining blockchain-based assets with geothermal power from a nearby volcano.
The infrastructure, the public infrastructure, the economic areas will attract investors that will contribute to the development and construction of the city.
El Salvador's government hopes its crypto city will be a magnet for foreign investment.
El Salvador, that's right.
Officials say that would put the country in a prime position to reap the benefits that other policymakers are willing to forgo. Paolo Montecillo, TRT World.
For more, let's go to Harish Bajour. He's a business strategy specialist in the Indian city of Bangalore. Harish, thank you very much for being with us today. How far-reaching do you expect this ban to be? I mean, the government says it's making some exceptions for businesses that promote the underlying technology. What does this mean?
Okay, this has been a day of crypto confusion as far as India is concerned. Because, what has been listed is an act, a law, which will become a law eventually, which says that, hey, listen, crypto is going to get regulated. So I do believe it's not so much of a ban as much as regulation, because governments like to regulate. And I think, there are 33,000 plus types of crypto tokens in the world today. And that's an anarchy on its own. So the idea is to really look at tokens which anonymize data versus tokens which do not anonymize data. Governments will be friendly to tokens which do not anonymize data. And I think that is what's coming through at this point of time.
Right, and despite this crypto confusion, as you called it, I mean, how long, in your opinion, can a country like India continue ignoring crypto? More than 20 million Indians are now trading in digital assets, and more companies are setting up platforms for the trade.
Yeah, when I last looked at the numbers, about 15.6 million Indians were already on crypto tokens of some kind or the other. So India cannot ignore this. I do believe the horse has bolted. And I think the Indian government also appreciates that, if you really look at it. And that's one of the reasons why one is not talking of a complete ban as opposed to regulation. So governments would love to regulate, because governments wouldn't like to look at crypto as a parallel currency. So I do believe governments will also not use crypto as a currency in nomenclature. They will use crypto as a token nomenclature. And the token nomenclature is all about crypto being an asset class, and an asset class where the horse is bolted and the whole world is investing. India cannot stay away from it, for sure.
Really interesting, Harish. Thank you very much for this analysis, for being with us today. And that's all from Business for now.